I don't know if people would want to see my ugly mug on video.
Well, I'm not saying we have to put our faces up.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
We could have fancy slides and stuff and bore them to death with PowerPoint.
Death by PowerPoint.
I like that plan.
We could even do Hack Me rooms or something.
That'd be kind of fun. Do like a podcast episode where we do Hack Me room, and then we fill the chat with expletives because it's not working. No, I really like that. That's a good idea.
Yes, I like it.
No, do you guys do something with the cybersecurity club?
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah, I'm the vice president of it.
What? No way.
Yes.
This is a shocking revelation to me.
Shocking revelation.
How could you? Yes, I'm recording. How could
we're recording. This is good stuff, Edna. We need to fill the gaps. We got to make up for the lost time.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Yes, I'm the vice president. I'm actually running for president as well.
Yeah, nice.
So a promotion, basically.
Well, if the students will have me, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you make a excellent president, and so I hereby endorse you for that.
I appreciate that, and I will endorse you in your run for vice president.
Yeah, but I'm only doing it because you want me to do it. So I'm just going to be like a secondary vote for you, you know?
And here I thought it was because I was running for treasurer and you were afraid of me deposing you.
Hey, 0 charges of embezzlement so far, okay?
Yeah.
So we're doing great.
It's a good day. We're all running for office. Elections are coming up. In the cyber club, we're gonna do it. We're gonna win.
Yay, bureaucracy.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have to fill out all the forms.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you guys want to kick it off?
Yes.
All right, yeah. We'll say insert the music here.
Boop. Drop the music.
Boop.
The following is from a cooperative project for acquiring skills essential to learning.
Welcome to the Security Chipmunks podcast, where we talk about the development of cybersecurity skills. To stay up to date in today's world, you need to be resilient. That's why, as Advanced Persistent Chipmunks, we keep chipping away at it. Well, you know what? I went to a meeting for the Harvard Extension Cybersecurity Club this evening.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it had Tara Wheeler. She was speaking. Phenomenal. I love hearing her speak. So she was talking about like policy and cybersecurity laws and things like that. It was a really good talk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, did she mention like how the laws themselves have actually been like brought up to speed within like the past 20 years at all?
Well, she had some some complaints, and I mean, she had colorful language about how the laws actually make no sense, particularly the computer fraud and abuse law. And then there was another payee one that she was talking about that is they're trying to get it through, but it has some dumb things in it that's not going to be good for people who deal with computers. So
which is like everybody nowadays. So it's bad for everyone.
Much. Yeah, so they're trying to push some things in that law that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
No, I know, right?
Shocker, right? So, what else have you guys been up to? We've taken a little hiatus.
We did. We took a break. I started a new job, and Yeah, so I'm now working as a SOC analyst too. I'm very excited. I'm working at a great company. Everybody there is so nice, and I just feel like I have really found a great place to work at, and it has great people to work with, and I'm very happy there.
Oh, nice! Congratulations. I like to hear that.
Thank
What
you.
have you been up to?
Well, I've been pretty busy myself. I too have gotten a job. I am a mere SOC analyst one. All my coworkers are super nice, and it's a great place to work as well.
Oh, awesome. I mean, don't let the title throw you. Given my relationship with you and knowing you for as long as I have now, I feel that you'll quickly accelerate to the higher tiers in no time at all.
Yes, they definitely. It does feel like they want you to grow in that company.
Hmm.
Yeah, nice. That's
Yes,
awesome.
they do seem to encourage that, and I'm glad that you got the job. So glad to have you working with me. It seems like I drag you with me everywhere that I go.
Yes, a little bit.
It's like I got a new job. Let's recommend Neil.
Well, it's just
So
that
I'm glad to have
I
you.
have a level of rapport and trust that I
Yes,
know that you're setting me up for success.
absolutely. I'm very happy for you, and I'm glad that you're joining me at this cool company. And we actually have a few friends that work there now, which is pretty neat.
Yes,
So it's great to have friends at work.
indeed. And of course, there's still school, so trying to finish out the
Yes,
last term or so here, and try to complete all the classes. We'll see how that goes. Definitely
yes,
always interesting trying to transition between jobs and still do school and everything. So gotta
I believe in you, Neil.
keep busy.
You'll be able
you
to do
got
it.
this.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got it. You'll keep chipping away at it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Oh, oh boy.
I'll be graduated before I know it, and these will be the good old days.
The good old days before
Yes.
you had to start paying on student loans.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's coming, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes. So that just reminded me of my credit card, my debit card company. Um, so I went to go buy a hacker hoodie. It's the Rekka hoodie by the Spearfish General Store. So I go to order it, and my bank they they stopped it. They they stopped me from buying my black hacker hoodie from the Spearfish store. They thought it was hacking or something. Just I got stopped by the fraud department. So that was funny.
That's
I
good.
wonder if they like flag that just because of like the keyword in the store name. So
Yes.
like it has fish in there,
Yes.
right?
That would be great.
Yes.
That fraud analyst is like, man, I'm nailing this job today.
Yes. Well, and I tell it when I had to talk to them on the phone. So I had to talk with them to get it to go through. And I let them know I've purchased from this place twice before already. Every time I get, stuck on this fraud thing, but it was just this time it was my hacker hoodie that I was buying.
So in the
Yeah,
sock
they're
world, I
proud of
guess that
themselves.
would that be like a benign positive?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, their filter did what the filter was supposed to do, I guess.
Nice. So, all right. Well, I mean, let's get into the show. So now we know that what we've been doing. What's going on in the news?
Well, in the news, we have Kaspersky is recommended you don't use anymore.
Who's recommending that though?
German. German government.
Oh, okay. There's so many advisories anymore. I'm like, there's like CISA and there's,
Well, yes, if I wanted to compile a list, I could probably compile a pretty large list of who recommends you don't use Kaspersky right now. So good question. Yes, a lot of places are saying don't use Kaspersky. It's developed by the Russians, and Russians are currently waging a war.
Yeah, they
it's
are.
almost like they're incentivized to not be helpful right now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of CISA there, did you guys see that alert that went out earlier in the week about it kind of ties into the whole war in Ukraine too. The Russian state-sponsored actors exploiting duo authentications
Oh, yeah.
protocol and leveraging print nightmare and stuff like that to to
Yeah.
to like pop a whole bunch of victims. I mean, I shouldn't laugh but it's a pretty interesting attack. So how it works is as a duo account falls out of a good active state, it gets unenrolled a lot of the times as like a business process to free up licensing, things like that. And so they are using this to pinpoint accounts to attack. And so they'll brute force an account, get the password, and then walk through the enrollment into Duo. And then they use that to gain control and pivot throughout the environment. It's actually a really interesting attack. So
Wow.
So basically, from what you're saying, it sounds like they use accounts that like don't have it enabled anymore to then re-enroll and then use the fact that they now have multi-factor authentication to pivot to stuff that requires it.
correct.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like one of the best practices that I remember always coming across in some of my previous environments was limit the number of stale accounts within the environment, right? And so this just kind of helps reiterate that to me of if you have a stale account and you have policies on like third party vendors like duo authentication where you pay for like the number of licenses and seats that you have, and then that authentication like expires and like or like something happens where you kind of like start the process of decommissioning an account, but you don't decommission it all the way. You know, it can just come back and bite you in the butt. So to me, like I can think back and look at some of the environments that I've been in and be like, yeah, I can totally see that happening. So
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's always like gotta try to stay ahead of the curve. There's always something.
yeah, and it's to me, it's kind of interesting um, with the Ukrainian war going on. What it's actually spurring within the cybersecurity field, right? So you have this CISA advisory going out that's related to that. They have the Conti leaks that are going on now because of the Ukrainian war that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like spurring all these events, and it's almost like we're going into like a information overload because not only are they spurring these events to like happen, but there's also a whole bunch of interesting projects that are people that are doing with like open source intelligence and pinpointing Russian troop movements based on their posting of TikToks and things like that. It's just getting all sorts of crazy, you know?
Oh yeah. If you want to
Yeah.
talk like OSINT in Russia, reading the Bellingcat stuff is always interesting. The actual, I hadn't finished it, but I had started reading their book earlier this year. Like I think it's like We Are Bellingcat or something. But
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that like the work that Bellingcat does is pretty impressive.
Well, what's interesting about the Bellingcat stuff is from the Conti leaks, it seems that there's some connection between the Conti group and the FSB, which is like the Russian equivalent of the NSA or the CIA, right? Um, they the FSB has chat logs reaching out to some of the people at Conti, asking them to do research and OSINT and other things like that on some of the people associated with Bellingcat, um, because of the articles that they've have written about Nadolny and a couple of the other people um, that the U.S. has extradited for um, legal actions.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff you can learn from their guides and whatnot on how to do OSINT and things like that.
Yeah.
I think one of the ones I saw that interested me originally was they were going through videos or something and locating the different locations in the video. There was multiple locations, and they were going through and matching it up to satellite imagery and stuff. That's a rather simplistic example, but
to me, it's always really interesting when people are able to do that, because they'll take a photo and they'll be able to place it exactly where it was taken based on a little bit of the metadata that's in there, but also okay, here's a whole list of a list of photos from that same area throughout the year, and we can kind of correlate this data to tell you that it was taken on this time at this part of the season. That correlation stuff to me is super interesting, like how people draw those similarities and parallels between things. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen people doing these OSINT challenges, like a picture of somebody at the beach, and they're just on a balcony, and you just see a beach and water, and they're able to be like, oh yeah, you're on this beach because I see you're eating a burrito that has seaweed, and so that's this location. And I'm just like, wow, they figure all this from just a few clues that they were able to put together, almost precise location of where that person is, that took the picture and enjoying the view and their seaweed burrito.
yeah, it's pretty
It's
wild.
cool. Yeah.
What it's kind of makes you wonder how you can really address that if you're trying to do operational security or something like that. Especially when people are reflections and stuff of things, or just the minute details, what would you have to do to actually disguise a location or whatnot or something, if you're trying to do something. Seems like it would be hard.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, well, I don't want to say the flip side, but I think it'd be an interesting application of deep fakes, but for location, to make it seem like you're somewhere you're not. Seems like you could apply that in a way.
are you talking deep fake the photo of, or the movie?
Well, you can do real-time video deep fakes now.
Yeah, I actually just saw one recently. It was some guy doing a deep fake of Tom Cruise. Absolutely hysterical.
Oh yeah, I think they've even gotten better than those ones. Actually, if it's the one I'm thinking, you're thinking of.
It was the kid who was a dishwasher in a restaurant, and they deep faked Tom Cruise's head on there as he's complaining about washing dishes.
Yeah, I mean, if it's even a year old, it's already even better than that.
No, it is this week.
Oh, this week, okay.
Pretty, yeah, it's pretty convincing. I'm like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's come quite a long way in such a short time. Just to the point where I'm like, So if my CEO hops on a video call with me and tells me to transfer a bunch of money, I'm still not going to do it, right?
And you'll be like, okay, sure, here we go, right?
But yeah, definitely changes things up. Of course, I imagine there's still some amount of setup or know-how, but as it becomes easier for the average person, I guess it's kind of like, like with the AirTags thing, the ease of use is part of why it makes it such a problem. Just in terms of like how hard it is to set that up and like track someone, it's pretty nominal if you have an iPhone or something. I mean, that's what you need to set up an AirTag, right? So if you compare a Bluetooth, thing to your phone, you can figure how to use AirTag compared to like other solutions that might be a little bit more involved to set up. I don't know. Maybe that's just speculation, but.
Ooh, we have the hippity haps in security. What's the hippity haps in security, Patrick?
The hippity haps, current events, and things that are coming up to keep you guys informed.
So we have the B-Sides Tampa that's happening on April 23rd. And it's a hybrid event, so there's going to be an in-person things happening, and then there's going to be a remote. And the remote tickets are only $15. So kind of neat.
Nice.
Speaking of events coming up, GrimCon has put out their call for papers. Anybody see that?
I didn't not.
I did not either.
Yeah, call for papers and call for presentations are out. And once again, they have the 2 tracks. One that's specifically for first timers.
Nice.
If you're interested in that, you can toss in a planned presentation and they can help you find a partner, like an experienced speaker, to do that. So, something worth maybe looking into.
Nice.
Cool, man.
Well, that sounds fun.
I mean, you can't beat the cute logo either.
Isn't that the guy with the unicorn thing, too?
I think that's Scythe you're thinking of. This is Grim, so it's a Grim Reaper.
Didn't you have something about the Wild West Hacking Fest?
Oh, yeah, that's going on in May, isn't it?
Yes, it's a bit more spendy with the virtual con coming in at 150 and the in-person being 350.
Way west. Very nice. That sounds fun.
If you register before April 23rd, you can get the swag bag. So you know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears?
Ads.
All right, I'll buy it.
It turns out Microsoft is testing ads in Windows 11 File Explorer. Apparently, somebody in the what is it called? The Insider program took a screenshot of a new feature of ads in File Explorer of all things. Of course, they've been pushing ads for other stuff like Edge and the Start menu and whatnot. But yeah, I can't say I'm too happy with the idea of ads in my File Explorer, for crying out loud. Microsoft, of course, says that this is experimental and not actually intended to be published externally. But yeah, that does not instill confidence. I have a hard enough time with ads in my browser, let alone having to deal with ads in my computer. But maybe I'm alone in that.
So, do you think if you ran like something like Pi-hole or DNS blacklisting for like ad servers, if that would break things?
I would hope.
Well, I mean, not just like break the display of the ads, but if that would break functionality within like the File Explorer itself.
That would be pretty interesting. I think they'd have to fix that post haste. It would be pretty funny though.
It's like one of those things that I'd be interested in digging into just to see how badly it's been messed up in.
I guess I think the real takeaway here is that Microsoft loves Linux so much, they want to push you into using Linux whatever way possible. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Smash that like button. No, we're sponsored by Magic Unicorn. Or no, Magic Spoon. I screwed it up, guys. We're never going to get that sponsorship. Anywho, all right, cool. Oh, that was fun. Good job, guys.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, this is nice catching up, chit-chatting with you.
Always.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a little bit more structure next time. I don't think so. I like winging it.
Yay.
That was fun.
Nice. Yeah, so we're going to have a try hack me session. We'll pop that in the old events. In the meantime, join us on Discord.
Yes. Go to securitychipmunks.com where you will find a link to our Discord server.
All right, nice. Nice. I think we nailed it, guys.
Yes.
We nailed it.
We nailed it.
Nailed it.
Right where you are, you're sitting in an electrical matrix of energy beyond belief, or most human conception. You'd be surprised to know how much knowledge and communication can be carried on its wave.